And hello everybody, welcome back to another Chris Fanatic 03 video. Today, sorry for the bad quality, the tablet, the infamous tablet. But today I'm starting a new series called Collections of, starting from vinyl albums to model trains. Of course, model trains, because model trains are key. We need those. So, I have less than 15 minutes to do this. It's late at night, I want to go to bed. But I thought I'd do this because I love sharing my collection with you guys. So, this is a new series. Hopefully I can get to it every week. Excuse me. So, let's get started with my earliest Beatles album called With the Beatles. Now, this is made in 1963. It's in stereo. It's by Parlophone Records. I've only shown the record label for Parlophone once. Because they don't have Please Please Me, or an original Parlophone label, I believe. So, yes, this is the Parlophone label. This is what it looks like. I'm not going to show it again, but it gives, it's a great album. I love it. Has great tracks on it. Gives a brief history on the back and whatnot. In stereo. I personally recommend mono, but because, that's what the Beatles prefer as well with their music, so, I will, see if I can get the, Mono Master. Sorry for that pause, I had to think of what Mono Masters was for a second. So, that's the Parlophone label looks like. I'm not going to open it again, because on the practice track, that did not work out too well, so I don't want to have to do that again. Alright, next is the Hard Day's Night American version, and this is the movie soundtrack. So a neat thing behind this is that it's an iconic thing. I love the thing. I love the pictures. It's in stereo again. Excuse me. But cool thing about it, it's by United Artists. Hence the United Artists label. It has all songs from the movie, like Hard Day's Night, I'll Cry Instead, Tell Me Why, I Should Have Known Better, and I Love Her. So, yes, it's a great album. It's original 1964, great condition. It has, the binding is a little, messed up, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. It's in good condition for me. Excuse me, I'm tired. So, I think that, this is a great album. I recommend getting it. Cool thing behind this is that United Artists saw, as they were making the movie, A Hard Day's Night, that they saw the idea that they can make money off of an album, and here's the album instead of Capital. So, I think that's really cool. It's a great album. I recommend getting it, please. This album, I just got a couple days ago. Beatles 6. Excuse me, again. This album was made in 1965, June of 1965, by the Beatles, of course, by Capitol Records. And it's a collection of songs from their singles and Help and Beatles for Sale. And so the funny thing is that a lot of these songs are Help and Beatles for Sale, and some of these songs, another couple of these songs, are on Past Masters. So I really wanted to buy all three, but of course I couldn't do that, didn't have the money to. And the lady said, "Well, look at this, and this is a rare Beatles. You don't really find these for cheap money." Excuse me again. And so I had music from all three albums. I'm like, I'll just take this. I think this is a good deal. I think it's an excellent deal. So I love this album. It's a later album though. It wasn't made actually in '65. This is actually made in probably late '60s or '70s. has the Apple label actually, so I just think that's neato and whatnot. You know, it has pictures from the making of Beatles for sale, just pasted right onto the back and whatnot. Not pasted, but you know, put onto the back and sheet, whatever, like to go on with the album. There we go. Beatles 6. Great album. I love this album to death. Only got a couple days ago too, so that's pretty cool. Next album we got Rubber Soul. I love this album so much. Rubber Soul. Great album. I recommend that you get it. Great tracks. So I really recommend that you get this album. It has a bunch of great songs. Two of my personal favorites are, excuse me again, Nora Man, I'm Looking Through You, If I Need Someone, Run For Your Life, Drive My Car, Norwegian Wood. Really get this album. It's an amazing album. Stereo again, Parlophone label. Great album cover. Great album cover. Great album art and whatnot. Great pictures. We got this album. And another quick thing, I'm not sure if I mentioned it for Beatles 6. Both these albums, Beatles 6 and Rubber Soul, were released in '65. Both were put on Capitol. I personally like the UK album for this better, for the Rubber Soul. So, you know. Next, we have another one of my favorites. Next couple are actually all my favorites. They're all great albums. But we have the turning point, the turning point of their music, because Rubber Soul was the beginning of that. This, when the gears got rolling. This is Revolver. Excuse me again, I wasn't yawning during the practice. I love this album so much. Apparently, this album didn't have this album. The British album version, which I have, had flaps that made this picture smaller. Sorry, flaps that made this picture smaller, and so the American version didn't. But the American version on the front had this cut off. Has filed in the U.S. like the Beatles 6, which, you know, why would you put that? You know, file under the Beatles, not file under the U.S. That's pretty self-explanatory. You're not going to miss a Beatles album. They're too great of a band, the best band in the world, #1 charts, everything. But it's stereo. Yes. Not how the Beatles wanted it to be heard, and especially this next album, another one of my favorites. You could call it the queen, or king, or mother of all albums and album covers, because here we got Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. That's only an opinion, because, you know, wherever you see this, this is copied so much, and it's the first album to actually have words on the back so you can sing along. Trust me, I did it once. So I really recommend this album. It's amazing. Please get it, and please get them all on vinyl. It's so worth it. This is in the Parlophone label, along with the last two. Great album. Again, I'm yawning. Don't know why. Well, I'm tired, but you know, great album. The album that sparked Paul's dead. Don't believe in that hoax. Gotta go a little quicker now, but a little quicker. But this year's original 1967 Magical Mystery Tour. Love this album as well. Has the booklet and everything. Favorite picture, Paul dressed up as, I believe, as a military captain. I believe that's the captain's rank in the British Army. But has the booklet and everything. And it's actually in the Capitol Rainbow label. Too, it's his original 1967. Get this album. Please, just do. So, you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Next album I got here is the White Album. This is in stereo, and this is the first album that people saw, like, you know, if you were, collecting Beatles at the time, with, Apple label. on the record itself. See the Apple label right there. I'm not going to show the Apple labels on other things now. I have other 2 albums coming up. 3 albums, I mean, because no point, but great album. I mean, personally, it's not one of my favorites. Great album, though. I do like to listen to it once here and there. Here, there, everywhere. On Revolver. It's from Revolver. But it has these pictures. They actually come out of the sleeve. I'm going to hang them up soon. And also comes with a big poster. I believe they're up there somewhere. So, great album. Recommend you get it. It's the most bought out in the U.S. 38 million copies, I believe, sold. So, you know, just get all Beatles albums. Alright, so I was doing my research earlier, and so apparently this, so it doesn't say Her Majesty on this, and it doesn't say, and then there's like a little, water, great rate of water goes in on the crossing of Abbey Road here. This is one of the most also famous album covers of all time. And so it means something really special. I forgot what it exactly means, but I know it's really special. I'm glad to have a really special album. So, yeah, I mean, it's remastered and new, but it means something special. So, you know, I believe it's, yeah, it's special. You know, I think all Beatles albums are special. This is supposed to mean really special. And another thing that sparked, the Paul's Dead controversy, smoking a cigarette, right hand, left-handed, I mean, people do that. Barefoot, people are mostly barefooted, and the 28IS, 28If was still alive, but he was still 27 when this album was made, so, next album we got is the last album, but they did make this before Abbey Road, but this is the last album that they did together. Something called Let It Be. Love this album so much. Love Let It Be. I recommend listening. It's Apple label, 1970. It's not original, it's remastered, but the Apple label. Two of Us. All these songs in here are amazing. So I really recommend getting this album. Please do. Great album. All of them are great albums. So, but you just gotta get them all of them. Yeah, I don't have all of them yet, but you know, once I get all of them, I'll just do extra videos on them. And then, last but not least, production started in 1973 on this. The Blue Album. 1967 through 70. Of all the songs, we've got a great album, double LP, same as the White Album, gives you a little info and stuff. Paul Soren and Skinny Tie in 1967, so, you know, you can still call it, they're still going through their transition to the psychedelicness, and, you know, what I like about this is that here's the original album art of Please Please Me, like an apartment building, I believe, and here they are, 7 or 8 years later, doing the same exact things, except with beards and mustaches and long hair. So that's it for my Beatles collection. I might be getting a couple Beatles 45s soon. Next will be Trains. I'll do the rest of my vinyl collection later, and then when I get more Beatles stuff, I'll just, you know, do that, you know, separately as reviews, just like I do with Trains. And hopefully I get more Trains soon. I did do a Train review, but you know, so please like, subscribe down below, and comment, tell me, so whatever day, night, whenever you're watching this, if it's 20:45, like the video, subscribe down below, you know. So, have a good night for me, you know, to you, from me to you, Beatles song. So, the Beatles song for everything. Anytime anybody ever asks me for help, I sing help for them, or play it on my bass, you know. So, you know, so there we go. Oop, I just bumped my face. Great going. Great going. But I really hope that you enjoyed this. You know what I'm saying again, third time. like, subscribe, and see y'all later. Yo. Why did I say yo? I don't know why I said yo. But I'll see you all later. There we go. Proper English.